Good morning, everybody. This is Mark in Nampa, Idaho. January 16th, 2016. Even though we're halfway through the first month of New Year, I thought I would outline the shaving products of 2015 that were really great for me. It's my first ever shaving related video, so I hope to get some feedback from you guys. We're going to do soap, we're going to do brush, we're going to do razor blade, and I'm going to throw a playlist on there that I really enjoy to listening to while I'm shaving. So let's start with the soaps. Okay, the soap for me for 2015, the Rustic Shaving Soap by Wet Shaving Products. Absolutely awesome soap. I picked it up in Phoenix at the Razor Emporium last February, and just first attracted by the smell. I like the Fougere Noir smell. It's got a kind of a fresh green with a lot of darkness there that I just appreciate. My nose isn't as trained as maybe some others out there, but just using the bloom water, you could practically shave with the bloom water. You get that much of a good base lather off of it when you rub it on your face. So so the performance is just top notch. So highly recommend the Rustic Shaving Soap. I haven't tried the Formula T yet with the tallow. I'm looking forward to trying that this year. So there is the soap for 2015. My brush for 2015 is the Semogue 610. Love that acrylic handle with the red and the clear. I like the sticker. It's really classy looking. Plus, it's got the water resistance. It doesn't come off. I've had stickers come off of other brushes like Omegas, and it's just cool to have that on there. And I know Nick Shaves is a big fan of the 830. I think this is pretty much the same knot, except for it's not a banded bore. The 830 is a banded bore, but I think it's the same size. One thing I do like about this brush is not too big. It fits really well in the smaller tins, like the Wet Shaving Products tins. I have an Omega that is just a gigantic, and it works in some of those larger tins, but it's a little bit harder to load up in one of these smaller tins, so this is perfect. Okay, moving on to the razor. Definitely not a 2015 razor. I don't know the vintage of this razor, but this is a gem. And a friend of mine, Nick, not Nick Shaves, but a friend of mine, Nick from northern Idaho, piffed this to me, and this is my go-to razor when I have gone a couple days without shaving. It is like a lawnmower and a lightsaber combined. It just takes it down, and it takes it down with grace and ease, and it's just a beautiful razor to use. I have another gem, one with the spring-loaded top that you open up with your fingers, but it's pretty, but it just doesn't work as well as this. This one, maybe not quite as elegant looking, but definitely does the job. Really like it. Okay, moving on to the blade of 2015. I picked up these Sputnik blades on eBay back in August, and they are just the blade. I think they're going to be my go-to blade. A little more expensive. They're on par with feathers, but the last one I used, I got 7, maybe 8 shaves out of it. So, you know, every shave you get out of a blade really lowers the overall cost of the blade when you're thinking about shaves per blade. I like the sharpness and the smoothness. It seems to have the best of feather and the best of like an Astra SP. A lot of times with feather, my first shave is rough, but the second, third, and fourth are great. And this one just smooth right from the get-go. Really like it. I like the whole thing about Sputnik. I'm thinking like the 1950s, the first satellite in space. Probably some wet shaving Russian scientists and wet shaving American scientists engaging in the space race. Um, Obviously, the United States ended up winning the space race, but the Russians won the blade race, so congratulations to them, Sputnik. Awesome blade. So, really like that one. Now, moving on to Splash. PAA's Jitterbug Fougere is my splash for 2015. It is just a great smell, a great scent, very dark, kind of, I don't know, incensey, I guess would be the way to put it. Reading the reviews on the PAA website, someone had mentioned dryer sheets. Yeah, I can see a little bit of it there. There's kind of that fresh dryer sheet smell, but there's definitely a mysteriousness there. This is one of the few that if I wear it, my wife asks me, "Oh, what are you wearing?" I really like that, you know. And this one and the Enyee are the two that she really likes. I like this one maybe a little bit better than the Enier, just depending on what mood I'm in. But the glycerin and the alum really add to the face feel of it, so it's definitely one of my top picks for 2015. Definitely my top splash for 2015. Here's a product that we kind of have a love-hate relationship. We hate when we have to use it sometimes if we've got a weeper or a nick, but it does tone the skin really nice. This is a RazoRock Alum Block. I tried a Turkish Alum Block earlier in the year, and it just wasn't doing it. It broke apart really easily. It still performed like alum, but it wasn't put together as well. The RazoRock one is nice. I love the size. Fits really well in the hand. They put a rubber band around it so you can grip it while you're rubbing it on your face. And when you don't need it for nicks, it's great. As Nick Shave said, there's a nice little hack of just rubbing this on your wet fingers, and it really helps you grip your razor or your brush. And it's really nice to have a good grip on your razor when you're working with slippery soaps and sharp blades. So I really like using that strategy when I'm shaving. On to the last thing, not a shaving product, but a shaving playlist. I use an app called Songza, which is part of Google Play, and the playlist I really like is called Martini Swing, and it's got Rosemary Clooney. She's a lovely lady, and I hope she would appreciate a nicely shaven guy, and hopefully she's appreciating that I like shaving while listening to her beautiful voice. There's also a lot of Dean Martin and Frank Sinatra and Sammy Davis Jr. on this playlist, so it's just a real classy playlist. I'd like to think, these are old school wet shavers, and I'm doing some old school wet shaving while listening to old school wet shavers, so it's really great playlist to enhance my shave. So, anyways, looking out on the panorama of the best shaving products for me for 2015. Really looking forward to your feedback, like seeing what you're putting out on Facebook and G Plus and YouTube. So we'll see you out there in cyberspace. Thank you.